Hello and welcome to Full Sail University, Review of Emerging Technologies in the Classroom. Let's get started. We're going to review the use of a digital tool for on-the-fly assessments. It is called Socrative, and it's a web-based platform. What is an emerging technology? It refers to innovative advancements or developments that have the potential to significantly change the way we live and work. In the words of a dean of the Stanford Graduate School of Education, technology is a game changer for education. It offers a prospect of universal access to high-quality learning experiences, and it creates fundamentally new ways of teaching. But there are a lot of ways we teach that aren't great. We just get more efficient at teaching badly. This is a moment to pay attention to do things differently. The use of information and communications technologies has been a subject of a long debate about the effectiveness in the learning process. On the one hand, some affirm that pedagogical strategies are those that promote learning and not necessarily ICTs. That is, the latter do not influence the process. They are not a direct cause of learning. They only contribute. On the other hand, some believe that ICTs favor the learning process since it includes cognitive, constructive, and social elements which can only occur by interacting with information from the environment to integrate it into the memory base. In any case, ICT favors pedagogical strategies. They enrich the learning environment to the extent that they can be integrated in a specific and planned way. They are instruments and tools that can be part of curricular components as educational resources. What was the problem? Or the occurrence? Well, quick delivery of grades to students is motivational and also a type of feedback. Let's remember that in constructivism, mistakes and errors are seen as opportunities for learning and growth. It is through analysis of these that we learn. The results can be used as rewards. For example, students that have to apply for a scholarship, they will know their immediate grade. And this is based on behavioral theories such as the one called the token economy. So this encouraged me to look for a technological tool for these tasks. But the application must be feasible, practically, technologically, economically, and in terms of results. So what did I find? Socrative, a real-time manager for quizzes, polls, quick questions, exit tickets, and others. It is a free package, but also there is a paid subscription. There's an app for teachers and one for students, and it can be used on all the popular mobile devices as well as web browsers. It supports many types of questions: open, multiple choice, the use of drawings, etc. You can program immediate feedback for each response as well as the end score. It does the automatic grading, of course, some statistical analysis, and data reporting. So, how to use it? And I'm directing only to the students because this is directed to you. I'm going to use the web page as an example. You go in, there's the address, socrative.com. You go to login, and it gives you two options: student login and teacher login. Don't worry, you don't have to register. So you go in, and you have to input a room number or room name. The room name is provided by your instructor or your professor. You can also choose a language. By default, it goes in to English, but you can also use Spanish, like in my case. So once you're in there, you're put into this waiting area. What are you waiting for? For the teacher to launch the exam to the cloud. Once he launches it, you're in. And then you have to put in your name. Sometimes you have to put in your student ID number, whatever your professor tells you to do. So once you're in, you're already in the exam. This is an example of a general question or general culture exam. Just one question. What is the longest river in the world? A, the Mississippi, B, the Nile, C, the Danube, D, the Amazon, and E, the Yangtze. Let's say that I choose to put in the Nile. That's what I think the question is, or the answer. And here I go. I submit the answer, and whoops, it's the Amazon. So it gives you immediate feedback, and this it will do with every question. Of course, I conducted a pilot testing, and at the end, I applied an evaluation to the students so they could answer some questions in terms of sensations, degree of difficulty, degree of concentration, when taking this quiz online on a digital platform versus on paper. Also, any additional comments were welcome. I found that more than half were curious during this pilot testing. I also found that a little more than a third were excited, and a little less than 9% were didn't care much about it. More than 80% reported regular difficulty, and another 5.88% no difficulty. So probably about 89% said it was okay, and only a small percentage said they had a lot of difficulty or a little. More than half could concentrate properly. Close to a quarter were very concentrated, and the other close to a quarter had low concentration. Just remember, that was the first time it was done on this pilot test, and some were, especially the ones that said they didn't care about it, were distracted. So in conclusion, writing exams are an active part of academic life since they are a tangible evidence of the appropriation of knowledge. So they continue to be used a lot, even though we have technological elements available that could help the process. Jaramillo, back in 2009, identified nearly 100 different uses of ICT. So it is worth mentioning that any technological tool, although popular, does not imply that it is the best, but rather that the needs and demands to be covered must be analyzed. So putting this proposal into practice, you can get to the last phase of the Hooper and Reaver model of adopting technologies, that is called the evolution phase. So always remember that the educational system must continue to evolve and adapt to be effective through educational technology. A word of caution: any technological alternative has disadvantages that must be taken into account, so everything will have to be tested in advance. There will be external factors beyond our control: power failure, network failure, platform failure, etc. And other problems that can arise. A student who cannot enter the platform, others who don't know how to answer the question, some that log out by mistake, etc. The only way to avoid setbacks is to do enough testing to achieve mastery of the application, and above all, be prepared to carry out an alternative activity in case everything fails. Here are some suggested ratings about the theoretical basis that I used for this short review. I truly appreciate your attention, and I'll see you next time.